Welcome back to another episode of Marcel, Hyde, Mindset. And I hope you're taking the time to really just put together a plan for the end of the year. And that plan should have, things that went well for you, things that didn't go well for you, things that you want to improve on. Analyze every area of your life. And sometimes they say, you shouldn't wait till the end of the year to do that. And I strongly believe that you should never wait, till a new year to make a change on something. And I don't believe leaders wait for a complete calendar year to go by before they implement a change, especially if they recognize that change has to happen, right? So don't be that individual that says every, December, you're going to change in January. Or someone has an issue in March and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to start that next year. I'm just going to wait till January. And people who have strong mindsets, people who want to become better leaders, don't wait. They implement, right? And I don't wait to the New Year day or New Year's Eve to start putting together resolutions, to start making changes. I know myself, where I'm at in my life. I know what I want from life. I know what I'm doing. And if what I'm doing is going to get me where I want to go, and if what I'm doing is not going to get me where I want to go, then I'm going to have to figure out what I need to do to get myself where I want to be, right? Or where I want to go. So as this year ends and you get into a new year, during next year, 2026, if you recognize that things aren't going the way you want, or you're doing something that isn't serving you, or you're hanging around people that isn't serving you, don't say to yourself, I'm going to wait till next year to get away from these people, or I'm going to wait till next year to make a change. That's too late sometimes. Like the damage has been done for so long, especially if you're around people that are influencing you to do things that are harming your body, or do things that are harming your health, and you're going to do that all year, and then next year you're going to change and be like, you know what, I got to stay away from these people. At that point, not to say it's too late, but why dig yourself such a deep hole? Get out while you can, especially when you recognize it. And that's one thing I'm learning is when I recognize that something isn't good for me, when I recognize that something isn't working, I immediately jump ship. I get out. Too many people wait. People just wait. I don't know what they're waiting for, but once you recognize something, get out of that situation. And that's what leadership is all about, is recognizing that this activity, this action, this behavior is not serving me, and I need to stop it. I need to change it, right? And everyone needs to be a leader. I don't know why, and leadership is a skill set, and I don't know why people say, oh, I don't need to worry about leadership, I don't need to learn leadership. But we all are leaders in our own lives. Leadership isn't just managing and leading other people, it's also managing yourself, being a leader to yourself. And some people aren't leaders to themselves, and that's where it begins, as a leader to yourself, right? It's you versus you. You look in that mirror, who do you see? Yourself. So at the end of the day, you're coaching yourself to be a better leader. You're coaching yourself to make better decisions and have better actions, and that's where leadership starts, right? And then after that, if you've done such a great job on yourself, then you can lead other people. But if you can't do it on yourself, you don't have the capacity to lead other people. So the people that you see that are great leaders, they're great leaders to themselves first, right? They're disciplined, they're focused, they made sacrifices, they question some of the decisions that they make, they tweak decisions that they make. They're always trying to live to a high standard. They don't lower themselves for other people, right? And that's what leadership is all about. And that's why I fell in love with leadership, because when you go on that leadership journey, you become such a better person, right? You're like, oh, I want to be a leader. Okay, am I going to do this? Am I going to make this decision here? Is this what a leader would do, right? So it holds you accountable. So I challenge all of you in 2026 to become a leader, or at least develop the skills to be a leader. Develop the skill set that you need to be a leader, right? And I'm telling you, it'll transform your life. It'll change your life completely. You've never experienced life this way when you decide that you want to be a leader. And I'll be the first to tell you, it's not going to be easy. It will not be easy, because there's going to be some decisions that you're going to have to make. There's potentially going to be some people that you're going to have to move away from. And there's some behaviors that you're gonna have to essentially stop, right? And for some people, that's hard. They've been doing something for so long, they got used to it. It's become the norm, you know, so you're gonna have to break that, okay? So remember, the new year is right around the corner, but you don't have to wait. You do not have to wait for 2026 to make some changes. Leaders don't wait. Make the changes today. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Marcel Hyde Mindset. Peace and love.